All right, everyone. As predicted, the impeachment effort in the House fell apart as soon as it was attempted. Most Democrats didn't vote for it. That makes sense because they don't want Trump to be impeached. They would not want to vote in favor of that. Number one, let's say that all the Democrats vote for it and it doesn't pass. Well, then it just looks like a partisan bullshit move. This way, it looks like there's a core of sanity within the Democratic Party that understands, hey, at the very least, even if we think there's criminal wrongdoing on Trump's part, we have to wait for an investigation. You're kind of going to need evidence in order to actually proceed with removing him from office. Otherwise, you get a situation like when they tried to get rid of Bill Clinton so many years ago, and his approval ended up actually going up because it looked like the other party, which was being compared to him and his party, was a bunch of dunces that they didn't know what they were doing. So it's like, it's inept because you knew it'd probably fail. Why are you wasting your time worrying about Monica Lewinsky? It's a little bit like when people are like, oh, well, the Billy Bush tape. Trump said grab him by the pussy, and it's like, it's not criminal. It'd be piggish. Maybe he's had affairs. He's had several marriages. People call Melania the trophy wife, which is something if you said that about any Democrat's wife, it would be sexist. It would be evil to say that. With Trump, it's A-okay because, it's okay to be xenophobic and say, well, Melania doesn't speak proper English. She has an accent. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, she's just a trophy wife. Ha, ha, ha. She's chosen just because of her looks. It's okay to talk about her that way, but, anyone on the other side, so-called, then it's evil. Then it's sexist to say such things. It's wrong. You're objectifying women. You're being just as bad as Trump. If you say that about Michelle Obama, of course, people tended not to say that about Michelle Obama. They knew better than to think she was a trophy wife. Let's just say that. The House Democrats have squashed the effort out. None of the Republicans voted for it. I would have thought maybe John McCain as a joke would have done so. He's like, well, I'm going to die anyway. I don't fucking care anymore. I don't even give a shit. It's very funny to watch his actions recently. Because I think he's mellowed out a little bit, though. I think he was kind of trying to make a point. I think he was trying to get Trump to say, basically saying, Trump, please stop insulting me. Back the fuck off of me. I'm old. I'm dying anyway. Leave me the fuck alone. I'll go back to voting as normal. But here, I'm gonna slap you in the face first and slap down like the ACA repeal for the third time or something. That's what I think John McCain might have been up to. It's entirely possible. Which would be kind of funny, but, he's a shit fuck anyway. He's a warmonger. The House Democrats are the ones that squished it out, though. They made it clear, well, we can't impeach him. To all the Democratic lay people that might see this, what this is an admission that they don't have specific evidence of wrongdoing. He's not going to get impeached. I hope that you realize that it is extraordinarily unlikely that Mueller is going to find anything impeachable. It has to be more than, well, it's dubious. It has to be more than, well, it's unethical. It has to be criminal, and it has to be something that you could reasonably expect the people of the United States would accept as a reason to remove somebody from office. Otherwise, impeachment itself is not removal. Impeachment is the House has decided there's enough evidence to begin the proceeding of investigating and potentially removing from office. That's all it means. Bubba Bill was impeached. Richard Nixon was impeached. In neither case were they removed from office. Of course, Nixon resigned, but he would have been removed. His approval cratered at, 12% or some insane number. After he swept virtually all states during his re-election bid, he was elected by the largest electoral margin ever. And he crumbles down to the lowest approval ever. He's like down at Millard Fillmore levels for a while. It's very funny. So, he resigns. And then Bubba Bill, he didn't do anything. He didn't have to do anything. He perjured himself. He actually did break the law in multiple counts when he was talking to Congress with regards. The original scandal isn't the problem; it was the perjury thereafter. Even the Democrats are saying that, oh yeah, we probably should have let him. We probably should have forced him to resign because of sexism and that perjury thing didn't sit well with us. I didn't care at the time because he was popular. The American people didn't care at the time. There's no reason to care. All the other cases weren't being investigated. It was the Monica Lewinsky scandal. The one that was consensual was the one they were trying to nail him for. How stupid can you be? The congressional Republicans at the time were fucking total morons. Most of them are still morons. A lot of them are still Boehner-era holdovers. We got to remember that, too. They're not playing with a full deck any more than a lot of the Democrats are some of the time. Got to remember that. But the GOP wasn't going to vote for it. They control the House. I don't know. The problem is this. Let's assume that you had the Democrats in the Senate, plus the never-Trumpers. You had almost the threshold you needed if you did want to remove him from office. Let's say you managed to bribe and con a couple other people to vote for it. You have to get it to the Senate first. You have to get past the House. In the House, the Republicans have a much larger majority, number one. Number two, a lot of those extra people are like Tea Partiers and stuff. They're not part of the true old guard neocon establishment. Some of them, they're moral evangelicals. They don't fucking care. They're not going to kick Trump out. The evangelicals aren't going to kick. He just named the capital of Israel as Jerusalem. Trust me, they'll be loyal to him. He doesn't have to worry about them. He could haul off and hit somebody in the back of the head with a rock in the Rose Garden and, fucking bury them out in the hedges. They still wouldn't vote to remove him from office, trust me. So he doesn't have to worry about them. He's got some of the regular business Republicans, that's sort of the paleo conference, like the Rand, the Amash, something like that. And Rand's, of course, he's in the Senate propping him up. Then you got someone like Amash, he's got their support generally. That's at least a good half of the Republicans in the House. And a lot of the others are just partisans. They're not going to go up against Trump. They know better. They know that they'd probably lose. And if a Republican voted in favor of impeachment, the problem is this: they would have to be damn sure that they had not only enough votes to actually impeach. It'd be the first hurdle. They would have to be 100% sure that the Senate would actually remove him. Because otherwise, facing Trump's wrath would not be fun. And those Republicans that were loyal, in other words, didn't vote to impeach or remove, Trump would favor and endorse and throw money at them, basically abandon everyone else, and probably take the RNC under his own wing and control it entirely. He'd put some pawn in charge of the RNC, which is what a sane man would do anyway. If you end up with a bunch of people who are trying to kick you out of office, he says he didn't do anything wrong. No collusion, no, anything like that. If he's right, of course he's going to try to salvage the party from people that are going to tear it apart. That's assuming, of course, he's innocent. I do happen to believe, by the way, that he is innocent of collusion with Russia. I do believe that. Dirty business dealings? Oh, hell, he's guilty as sin for decades and decades about such things. But that's not collusion with the Russians. It's not treason. No, it's not an impeachable offense. I don't think he gets impeached in the end. I think he serves out at the very least his full first term, barring health issues. And that's been pointed out before. That's the only thing that would really stop him would be like health, like he has a stroke or something, becomes incoherent, or has a heart attack, drops dead on stage of a heart attack or something. If something like that happens, yeah, obviously no President Trump anymore. Otherwise, I think he does just fine. I think he'll be more popular at the end of his first term than he is currently. His popularity will have risen, especially when, remember something, right now, Trump isn't being compared to a counterpart that's running from the other party. But whoever runs it, it's just like when generic Republican fared well against the Democrats. Basically, they said, oh, Kasich is the only one that can beat Hillary Clinton. You'll remember this. That's because nobody knew who Kasich was. It was basically a stand for generic, untested Republican about which we have no scandals to talk about versus scandal-ridden Democratic candidate. Whereas Cruz and Trump and Rubio, people knew about them. Their approval, therefore, was lower even among some Republican groups because we knew there was baggage with them. We had actual policies. Nobody knew what Kasich's policy was. What did he do at the debates? He got ignored, number one, which much to the amusement even of Donald Trump at times. And Ben Carson, too, got ignored and answered usually with, hey, can we just, guys, can we please be nice to each other? I know this is the most entertaining election ever. People are fucking loving it, Democrat and Republican alike. It's a blood sport. Nobody's even paying attention to the Democratic debates because they all know that's going to be Bernie muttering about socialism and Hillary Clinton taking backstabs at people. They're all tuned in here, but guys, please, can I be the adult, the referee in the room? I want to be the very hungry candidate. I want to go and eat things. I'm so fucking hungry. Somebody hand me a burger. That's what Kasich was all. Nobody knew what his platform was. Do you remember any aspect of his platform? I bet you remember some other candidates. You remember Trump's platform, probably. Oh, make America great again. Build the wall. Simple things. Unfortunately, a lot of people, they need simple things in order to know who to vote for. It boils down to that. You can't be too clinical. That's Ben Carson's problem. He's too fucking smart for his own good, verbally speaking. Trump will tone things. Do you think that Trump is actually... Do you think that he actually talks like that? Semi-incoherently at times, little words, not so accidental misuse of words. Do you think he does that in his personal life? No. No, he's a very, very smart man. He knows better. You can think that he's dumb. That just means that you've been taken in by his con. That's why he did well in wrestling. That's why he did well in The Apprentice, a fictional fucking TV show where it's all fucking scripted. Why do you think he did well in all these things? It's all about the art of illusion in even his business deals. It's a big ask and many other strategies. That's who Trump is. He's the businessman in chief. He's the negotiator in chief. And he's doing fine so far. Don't worry too much about it. Fiscally, which is what I said he should focus on. It's what he's focusing on now mainly with taxes and things. He'll do very, very well in that field. If he can keep that economy churning along at 3%, maybe even a little bit higher growth, keep the jobs coming back, get business going, he will be reelected. It doesn't fucking matter what he said to Billy Bush. It doesn't fucking matter if some people still think he colluded with the Russians. They're going to look at the economy and say, but he's doing so well with the economy. I feel so much better off than before. The store's got so many more customers. The mall is filling back up. Gas prices fell and all these other... They're not going to give a fuck. That's about all. Peace out.